It takes so much work behind the scenes, especially planning for a major tournament like the FIFA Women's World Cup from different aspects as well. Joining me now, we talk to Snethemba Mbatha, the media officer for Banyana, as well as Lauren Duncan, the team manager. I do understand that you guys are shopping buddies, but I understand you won't be doing any shopping in Australia and New Zealand, so it was best for us to pair you together. Sneh, on a personal note, this will be your first World Cup as a media officer representing the national team. How does that feel like?
First of all, it's a WAFCON winning media officer. Can you please address
me correctly?
Yes.
But the World Cup, it's a notch higher. International stage.
It is. I think WAFCON was a good preparation, and for me, it's such a big milestone personally because I feel like it's something I've worked so hard for, I've prepared so hard for, and right now it's just a whole process of learning and just unlearning as well what you need to do, what you can't do. And I'm just looking forward to it, really. Like, I'm so excited about it, looking forward to learning, looking forward to bonding with the players in camp, looking forward to creating much more content than we did in the previous years and just take it a notch higher, like you're saying, because it's a different ball game. It's the World Cup, and it means everything has to be World Cup standard, and I'm just excited about that.
And talking about World Cup standards, Lauren, how was it just planning and preparing for the World Cup? This is the second World Cup for Banyana. Were things a bit easier because you were able to do it in 2019?
Definitely not. I think in 2019, things are different where FIFA actually did a lot of the administration for us. We qualified really late in the year, in 2018 when we qualified at AFCON. So things were a little bit easier, except we had less time. Now we kind of, as a team manager, we take on all the logistics sides. FIFA has kind of given it to the PMAs to say, listen, this is what you need to do, and you guys need to put it in place and make sure that your teams get to New Zealand and Australia, obviously, safely. But yeah, I mean, at least I know what happened in 2019, so not as difficult. But yeah, it's had a lot of planning, a lot of administration. So yeah, it's been a little bit hectic.
Sneh, you spoke about creating better content, and I think we know that with a lot of Banyana players, they're really fan favorites across the board. And how do you merge those two elements together where they are in camp, they still need to prepare for a game, it's still a World Cup, but still there is that attraction from home. People want to get to see what these players are like, what they like when they're not playing in the field of play.
I think that's why it's important. Like, planning plays a huge role. Of course, planning involves Lauren, the coach, and myself. Like, we have to look at the schedule and look at the times that the team have, and we decide that, okay, this is free time and we can do something. We can create content with regard to this. And you also ask the public. I think it's important to ask them, what do they react to? Your target audience, what do they react to? What do they like? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter? And then you try and create content according to that. But at the same time, you always have to ensure that you are aligned with the coach, because you don't want the focus to be on content instead of them doing the actual work. Because should anything happen in the game, then you know how fans react. Then they want to take the content and use that against the player, like, oh, you're busy creating content, but you can't perform on the field of play. Yeah. So we just have to be aligned with the coach, with the team manager, to say, okay, this is the schedule. How can we work around the schedule to make sure that we still bring in that fun in camp? We still get the audience to connect with the players, because the connection is so important beyond just the field of play. So it's just about being aligned with the players, the coach, and the team manager, and putting out the content there.
Lauren, I feel like as the team manager, you get to see different sides to the team, whether the admin side, the technical side. You're really involved in everything. What would you say are the standout traits in this Banyana team?
That's quite a tricky one. There's a lot of standouts. But yeah, you're right. I'm involved in, the different areas of the team, from working with the coaches, working alongside the media officer. I like to, help where I can, and I like my staff members to also assist me where possible. But I think we just have such a great group of players and officials, and we just come together, and it's amazing. We come to camp, it's like a family away from home. We spend so much time together that, we have to get on. We also need our time away from each other. But we've kind of, put the schedule together, like Sneh said, where we are able to have our away time. We're able to be together all the time. But I think, we have such a good charisma in camp. You know, we sing, we play music. You know, in the change rooms, it's just, you've seen the content that comes out of our change room, you know, and that's what people love to see, you know, happy, singing, dancing, and really when it's time to work, we work, but also when we have some off time, we're able to really, you know, do things that we like to do other than play football.
Sneh, this is an opportunity to learn. You're saying being a WAFCON media officer for Banyana was really up there in terms of the wish list, but now you get to do things on a broader spectrum. What are you most looking forward to learning at that level?
I feel like last year, Lauren, myself, and the coach attended the FIFA draw, and already that was like the start of the learning process. Like you could see that the way that FIFA does things is so different from how we do things, and so for me, I'm just looking forward to learn in terms of how to handle pressure, because there's so much pressure on game days and days leading up to game days. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, like how do I juggle that? How do I get players to open up to interviews? How do I get them to be calm when they're doing interviews? You know how players don't want to do mixed zones. So for me, it's just learning that, like how do we get the team together to actually be open to learning themselves, because it's not about Sneh learning, also it's about the team learning, it's about themselves putting their brands out there for the whole world to see, because it's a big stage, it's beyond WAFCON, everyone is watching, the scouts are watching, so it's really a learning curve for all of us and for everyone to just put themselves there. So we've got to be on our A game, and I'm really looking forward to game days and match day -1s, really.
Outside goals, outside winning the games, I can say I look forward to the TikToks and the challenges that the ladies will be doing. We, of course, will be expecting that exclusive content, and of course, you can make sure that, of course, you follow Banyana on all the different social media platforms. Ladies, thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you.
We hope we're going to come back with the World Cup trophy, and we're going to put it here, and we have going to have a party on SuperSport.
Yes.
Thank you.
With our shopping bags.
With our shopping bags, yes. Okay, we're not shopping. We're not shopping in Australia, guys. Times are tough in South Africa. It's fine. We're not shopping.